Really?
Okay.
Okay, so another question, the steps you took to become a MD?
I got my nursing degree in college, undergraduate. I went straight into being an NP, and I did that for 3 years. When I was in NP school, I worked part-time community nursing, actually.
Could you share about community nursing life?
I would work like in a building, a residential building. Most of the residents in the building were elderly people, and I would go there like once or twice a week. We would go over like their medications, check their blood pressures. I would give them referrals to doctors if they needed. So I was like a nurse, a coordinator, sometimes like treating. Yeah, so it was actually a really good experience for an NP. And I was completely independent. I worked with 2 social workers. Most of all, I think it gave me a really good experience for an NP.
Other than nurse practitioner and nurse, community nurse, is there any career for a person who graduate from nursing school?
There's a lot of opportunities. I think that's one really great thing about here. People who go into research really love research. Lately, in the past few years, a lot of nurses are going into Botox injection. There are new sectors where you can basically work with technology and patient data, but it's basically the cross-section between health, nursing, and tech and data.
So how do you usually find job?
A lot of times, like, school will post out jobs that they know from hospitals or companies that they work with, friends and family, especially friends in New York.
So I realized the network is really important in the United States.
Yeah.
Whenever I apply for the job, they always require me more than 3 references.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in difficulty if I don't have any references.
Yeah.
So,
It's important to build a network here because I will tell you that can go a long way in terms of your career. For example, this job that I work now, I only got it through networking. I didn't actually apply for the job.
So even though you get love core, they still require references.
Yeah. Record is really more about your criminal background. The reference allow them to get more detail about your character and your work ethic.
What if you don't have any references? What happens?
You better have some references. Because the references can even be your professors. Anyone who has worked alongside you, taught you, mentored you, is eligible to be a reference for the most part. So a lot of times, job will tell you specifically, one person has to be your former co-worker, or one person has to be someone who supervised you. Even if you leave a job because you didn't like it or you didn't have a good experience, leave with grace and leave amicably. That's a tea.
Keep in mind. Is there any specific website?
Yeah, Indeed.com.
Indeed.com. It's not a promotion. It's not advertisement.
Indeed.com is a really popular one. Another one is Glassdoor.
Yeah. Keep in mind, Indeed.com.
Indeed and Glassdoor.
Grad school or undergrad school?
I found undergrad. It was fun. Because I was young and it was in college. And grad school was a bit more serious.
What did you do when you were young?
I went to school.
And then
I went out with my friends.
Wanna give any advice? Korean nurses is more important the English or skills?
I think a lot of the skills training happens on the job. English is very important. Knowing multiple languages also helps, by the way, because a lot of people here speak multiple languages. Like, I wish I could learn Spanish. So many people in New York only speak Spanish.
But you can speak French too. She's so smart.
What?
She's brilliant. She can speak Korean, a little bit French, fluent, Spanish.
Poquito.
Un poquito. Oh, okay.
She can actually speak. Wait, you can actually speak better Spanish than I can. Yes, you can. We've tested this.
You are fluent in second language like French, so is there any tip you can share?
I'm not fluent in French. Find someone or a group of people who speak that language and as often as you can.
What do nurse practitioner programs look for the most in applicants? GPA, recommendation letters?
The application material is pretty much the same in most schools. They're going to ask you for your previous school records, definitely letters of recommendation. Typically it's like 3 letters of recommendation. Make those diverse. So maybe one from a professor, one from a colleague, one from they structure those essays can be different. For example, the school that I went to, we did have to do 1 or 2 written essays where basically they give you a prompt. We also had to do a timed essay, which is basically they open a platform and they give you a prompt, and you have like 30 minutes to come up with an answer. And after 30 minutes, link closes. That is basically to test how you can think of an answer, respond to this question without significant prior preparation.
That's really spontaneous.
And then we also had to do like a video essay, which is similar. But all of that was to just test how you articulate, how you speak, and how you communicate. Some schools may also do a in-person interview. Those are not unusual, though. They're looking for people who are unique in how they want to move forward in their career, people who want to make a change, people who are ambitious. There's this general concept that no matter what program you're in the US, schools do look for someone who brings in something different or unique in what they do, what they've done, and what they're planning to do.